What's going on, guys? Dan here, D's Beach Shop. Kind of sad times here. We've been doing a bunch of, well, not a whole lot of work to the Camaro, but more like a bunch of D working. But ultimately, I said before, I don't really fit in this thing. A lot of people felt free to tell me that I was the idiot and these seats were wrong and everything about it was wrong and all this and that. And I hear you. I'm not saying that it's an impossibility for a slightly larger than average individual to fit in a Camaro. That's not what I was saying. What I was saying is, I have enough cars, I've driven enough cars to know this isn't going to be my favorite to sit in. So yes, could have I modified the floors and pulled the rear seat out and changed seats yet again, all sorts of things. People are saying the factory seats are much thinner and all that. Totally agree. You can fit in damn near anything. I have that little Cobra kit car, way more room in this than that. But, you know what I drive all the time? A 55 Nomad, because I can fit in it comfortably. You know what I don't drive ever? The Cobra. And this is an in-between. If it was an automatic, it'd probably be a lot easier to drive and all that sort of stuff, but I'm at the age now and responsibility, or whatever you want to call it, where I want to be comfy with what I drive, and I like going on longer road trips. I like doing stuff like that. Not that we have a whole lot of passengers, but there'd be zero way to have anybody in the back of this. So, it's going. It's being sold. That's just the kind of long and short of it. I do want to kind of, I don't want to say fluff it up before we sell it, but I mean, to spend a few hours in the afternoon after work, tidy up some of the wiring, you know, put the gauge cluster in just so it kind of fits in there, adjust the hood, wash it, you know, give it a vacuum, go through the trunk, make a list of all the parts it has, pull the bumpers and all that out so it can, you know, has the bumpers if somebody wants them. Just make it look that much nicer, I think makes a big difference in the sale, obviously. Pictures. Nice pictures make all the difference if you're trying to get top dollar. That being said, if you're a cheapskate like look for the ones that have one picture, misspelled, no pictures, call only. That's how you get the deals. But when you're trying to make a few bucks, that's the thing. Now, I don't have, well, cash money. I don't think there's a pile in. I did spend some, obviously. It's got new front end and brakes and suspension stuff and interior and what. I mean, it adds up quick. But the time in this one, and I know my time I typically say is valueless, but in this case, I think I did a pretty nice job of it, and I'm going to be, you know, counting my time when I go to list it. So let's go ahead and just start front to back, see what we can accomplish. All we really have to do here is adjust the hood because it's not latching. Oh. Is it a two-hand deal? No, maybe not. So we gotta adjust the hood, make it fit. We'll tie the wires up just so it kind of looks a little bit nicer. Clean up what we have to in there. Get our pictures going. I do have some pictures, obviously, of the front end and the rear end, so it should be nice. In my experience, again, with the pictures, I've done in the past where you have the car all apart. People always go, oh, it's apart now? No, just trying to show you what I've done. So a bunch of pictures together is nice, and then when someone asks, you can just maybe blast them in the text or the messenger. Hey, yeah, it also has a front end, it's all brand new, and this and that, and they can maybe appreciate it. So yeah, that's the plan. Pop the door up. That's quite nice today. We've had nothing but rain and nothing but rain going forward, but we have a nice afternoon. So let's enjoy it together, you know, on the old internet. Really, we just gotta make the wiring look good inside. Bolt up the column and put the gauges in. Should be pretty good. And I do have a bunch of miscellaneous parts here and there, which I should make a list of, or at the very least, kind of check, yeah, what we got. All sorts of treasures. Okay, so just doing a little screw around here. Hood now closes, somewhat lined up. Yeah, it's a little gappy, but you know what? The further you stand back, the better it looks. Inside here's kind of move some junk around. Now I'm not going to obviously hide what this thing is, but putting parts in place. So I put the gauges in just with one screw. You know, every time I go look at a car and it lists, like, you know, comes with this, comes with that, comes with whatever. It's all fine and good, but a picture of it kind of just loosely installed even makes all the difference. So that's that. I just ran the wires over here, so everything's all hooked up. It needs to be installed. Now, my thought is, obviously we're selling this thing as a roller, So let's say the guy wants to do LS swap, or maybe wants to put like a fancy wiring kit in, or whatever it may be. There's no point in me spending a bunch of time putting in there for essentially all that to come out, because you know, I put an ignition switch in, it's got kind of like an aftermarket light switch, it's got all sorts of things with it, which is maybe not the case. Now let's be honest, how I am with Tri-5s, someone who buys this might be the Camaro guy and have all that stuff and just be able to put it in, make it proper, and not waste a bunch of screw around. So that's that. We got that all kind of cleaned up, steering wheel's in, we got the column kind of tied up. The next thing I want to do, we have the panels on the back, and just kind of sitting there. I want to do the same thing with these door panels. You know, it's one thing to have door panels just sitting there, but if we can put these in just with like a couple of screws or a couple of clips or anything, just to kind of hang on there, it'll fit in there. Just 2 clips on the bottom, just to hold it in place with the, you know, the window crank in it. It'll look much more finished, much more done, much nicer. I think I have the sill plate. I gotta find them, because again, those would be a nice thing to put in as well. They do very little, but again, just clean up the interior that much more. Obviously, we'll vacuum it all out, and not back there. You know, clean it all up, make it look nice, and realistically, at that point, we'll push it outside. I'll give it a quick wash, and we'll go through here. I mean, this is stuff which is nice, I think, to come with the car. Pull it all up and be like brand new weather strip. Oh, here are those. And see, like these I think are 68. We gotta go through this and see what all we're keeping. My own tools. But yeah, we'll need these as well. So it's a fine line in, you know, spend the $10 to wash it before you sell it, versus are you rewiring the car or doing something different. Not worth your time. So, no, I could be dead wrong. So take it with a grain of salt. We'll take these out. We'll see what they look like, if they're going to fit up easy. I know. We'll take them out. I think there's little clips that have to go in there, which I don't think I have. Oh, actually, I found a bag. Rear mirror. But I think these are the style of clips I need. They pop in, just snap in there. So again, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. We only need 2 per side. Man. So these are the door panels. I just took a razor blade out. So they have, I thought there was clips on the bottom, but they're just on the side. So we'll put one there and one there. Now you can see how it's got this perforated bit. So that is where, yes, that is where like the door handle mechanism and all that would be. So all we're gonna do is just cut out the window crank, because this thing doesn't even have a door handle. I'm gonna be kind of careful, kind of, sort of, just barely. So this is held in at the top with a little kind of strip. Man, this is not coming out easy. What do I got here? Leatherman. So it's held on the top a little bit, and then obviously kind of held in there, the door handle. Go in. This car was originally a deluxe interior, and people are like, oh, those panels won't fit. And I'm like, I get you, but we also changed the entire door. So I don't know if there's little tabs and stuff missing. I never got that far. Now we're gonna flip around to this side. You want to find where it is, so you can kind of, you know, feel it, feel the center. Just do a quick little X. Take your time on this, because you screw up the door panel. That sucks. And there we go. That'll be enough that everything will kind of fit in there. We're golden, and ultimately it will be covered by the handle itself. So let's see if we can get this installed, or attempt to install it. Oh no, the camera's all buggered. There we go. I'll get set up. Okay, so we'll just pull the door up. Like I said, see how big that is. Where did I cut the hole? Right there. So even though we have a hole there, it'll cover it. Now we have to do, this has to fit in here, which it should rather gingerly, I'm hoping. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Oh, it's gotta go back a little. That's a little bit funny. This hole's not exactly in the right spot, but close to. But now we got to figure out, as these clips go in, and you can see they're kind of offset, so they're going to go in the top or the bottom of the panel, just to see what we got working with. So I'll pop this out ever so nicely, and they have to go up. At least this one does. So I'll jam that in there. Come on, there we go. You know what? We'll just go ahead and take this out and do it semi-properly with the Leatherman. Oh no, the two panels are on the ground. What's going on here? Caught on something. You bugger. There we go. Just need a little bit of attitude, but we'll double check this. Okay. Is this in tight? Yeah. So I just kind of got to squeeze the top, gives it that nice little look, and then this might have to go up just a hair. There we go. Bada boom. So I'll do the same at the front. I'll just trim this just a hair more. I have it kind of centered and it's a little offset. We'll get that, but look how much different that looked. I bought these panels rather cheap, and it will make a large difference to the future owner. And then these must have a front and a back. Maybe not. Are they identical? Sometimes they're wider on one side than the other, but we'll put that in. It'll hold the carpet down. Kind of look like something. Actually, I also bought some U-channel. I think it's inside. I might as well grab that. We'll really dazzle this thing. Oh, we got that stuff. We'll come out. We'll get this all dialed. Okay, we got the panel on. Now I bought. Okay, it's not me. I bought this stuff, and it's fortunately a little on the skinny side. So what it is, it's a U-channel that you open up and kind of wrap it around. But we need stuff that's a little deeper, unfortunately. Well, I guess I could trim the panel, because what it has to do is it has to stick. This is peel and stick stuff. The factory stuff's big honking rubber, and I couldn't find any affordably. So let's just go ahead and mess this right up, because why wouldn't you? Let's be honest. Cut some of this excess material away. Perfect. Okay. I'll put this piece. So, never used this peel and stick, but it seemed like a good idea. Maybe get her started at the top. Kind of work our way down. Not stick it to itself. Oh yeah. That's not too bad. If I can get away with it. This is just from Scamazon. Very cheap. Very cheap. Gonna stick. I'm talking with the razor blade in my mouth like a psychopath. Okay, I'll just go ahead and snip that. That's all we need. Actually, originally Murr was looking for some of this for, oh no, I stuck to itself, for the brickles. And I said, well, I'll see what's out there. I could always use it if you don't. And then I forgot to tell him I got it. And now I'm using it. You know. That's what a son does. Okay, yeah, well, this is pretty good. Just keep talking to myself here. Kind of jam that in. So right now we're only stuck to the panel, which honestly, it's not too bad. So now if we take the other strip, oop, got stuck a little bit there. And someone is working hard today. Come on, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Just come from work, you should be relaxing. Only suckers work right after work. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks, we'll call it presentable. They did have, I think, maybe one that was just slightly bigger. I have to adjust that door, it's driving me nuts. So again, the bigger one would have gone further back, but if it fits with this little one, kind of takes the edge off. So that's not bad. Oh yeah, I butchered this carpet. We're gonna have to figure that out too, but this is kind of what the factory one would look like, kind of wide. But that'll hold that all together. So, let's see what we got going on for some screws. I don't think I'm gonna have any factory around here, but we'll jam something in there. That looks actually really nice. Happy with that. I also have the end piece for the seat. So we'll put that on there, obviously, maybe without the instructions. Just kind of tuck that all down. Again, you know, these are expensive seats. Everything was expensive. You might as well put it up there versus just leaving it in a package. For myself, I bought many things in boxes or packages that someone has spent money on. I think it's worth nothing, or whatever. It's worth half. But if it's installed, you know, we'll wipe this all down. A little bit of Windex goes a long way. Probably should change that dash pad, but whatever. It'll look nice. There we go. Doesn't it look 1,000 times better? Everything's just all kind of together. It is what it is. Nothing's fancy. We're not hiding nothing. It's just assembled versus being, you know, DD speed chopped. We'll wipe it all down. But yeah, there we go. I'm gonna go to the other side, do a quick eye stall, get that all dialed together. We'll vacuum this thing out, and I guess we'll wipe down everything on the inside and stuff. I want to wash this thing. We'll push it outside, give it a bath. Then the trunk, I want to go through. We'll go through that and just, you know, take pictures of everything we're going to go with it. There's some extra trim and stuff which I may keep. Yeah, like, you know, wipers, stuff like that, door locks. I have no use for it. Obviously the next guy could, so save a few bucks. This side I do have to adjust the door as well. It hangs down low. Oh yeah, we have a turn signal switch. Put that in the pile of stuff that will go with it. You know, we'll have to, I don't think this locks. Yeah, we'll have to do something there, a little piece of tape or whatever. Again, just so it looks a little nicer in pictures. This one actually should fit a lot better. The carpet fits nicer on this side. I must have taken my time. So we'll do that, put this together. We'll have ourselves a nice little Camaro for someone else. Boom, look at that. Panels are in, both sides. Got the wiring hanging down, we got everything in, gauges in, I put the door pulls, so they'll be in the picture. The only thing that's unfortunate, again, I got to cut a hole for the 4-speed, but hey, what are you gonna do? Maybe the next guy will put a 6-speed in this thing. But that's pretty much that. I think it looks adequate. As adequate as it's going to anyways. Door handle fell off. But that's that, so we're kind of front to back dialed. We'll go through here. I said we'll pull out the all that. Gotta keep this stuff. This car has it all. Yeah, that's all dialed. This is all 68 stuff, which will go with that car. This actually stays with it. You know, the seat belts and all that kind of crap we'll leave in there. We'll take pictures of in there so everyone can kind of see. It's got a new trunk floor. You know, the tubs are widened, all that good stuff. Are these somewhat in here? Oh yeah, they got one nut on them. What else you need? That door doesn't fit for crap. I didn't do a whole lot of adjusting. I just put the window down so it would fit okay. And yeah, so I'll go through this right quick, clean up in here, and I think we'll push it outside, give it a quick bath. And I think that's it. We'll let it dry and take some photos. It's kind of sad to see it go, but I just don't see myself driving it. Such is life. So, I pushed this thing outside, washed it, took some nice pictures for the old internet, and then it rained and hailed and stuff like crazy, so I had to rush out there and pull it back in. So, that's fine. It's basically ready to go. Like, so you got the interior all dialed together. I cleaned out what I was gonna, man, it's just soaked in here. It happened so fast. I took kind of whatever I was gonna take out of the trunk and left that, so all the rubbers are in there, the gas stuff, everything is there. I mean, it's it is what it is. Hey, if somebody really wants this thing and there's some spare parts they want out of the pile, that's on them. And go from there. So I put it up. I actually had a couple offers already, so we'll see if anybody's serious about it. I'm not giving this one away, even though I don't necessarily fit in it just how it is. And again, I get it. We can make it fit. And realistically, I mean, we could jam an automatic turbo 350 in here. I have that big block from the Nova. We got all sorts of stuff. Make it an automatic and just drive it. But I thought I'd put it up there. If it goes easy, that's great. And if not, it'll sit here for a week or two if no one wants it. We'll dump it in storage and piss off the internet and bring it back in a few weeks and do some sort of a clickbaity title, abandoned Camaro, couldn't be finished, long-haired hippie, car I didn't want, now I'm in love, you know, whatever. We'll figure something out there. But we got the truck warming up, we got the Nova warming up. We're gonna do a little switcheroo, and I'll show you my plan on that fine 71 Nova. So let's get dialed over there.
What you doing?
Just gonna slide this thing over. I backed it out and then I pushed it out, but then the rain happened and I didn't want to get soaking wet, so I just opened the door and I dragged it in, which put a little off kilter. So drag this over that way. It's easier to go with the tow truck.
It's crazy to me how easy it is to move with just a board down.
Well, I'm very strong.
Let's see it.
Alright. Let's see what we got going on here. Gentle. Danny's saying something to me, but I don't know what it is. Sure, it's probably fine. So we can kind of roll this thing in. Gentle. There we go. Load her up. Oh yeah. She weighs nothing. I forgot to get the trailer. Now we've got to use this pile. That's why I strapped the steering wheel. I forgot about that.
How inconvenient. Also, you almost hit that.
What? The diff?
Rear end there, yeah.
Yeah, almost. That means...
It was close, then I went, whoa, and then I realized you couldn't hear me.
But you know what an expert does? They almost hit it, but just pull it off.
You did pull it off.
You know me. Okay, I'm going to move the other cars and we'll come back, strap this thing and go. Hail. Look at all the hail.
And that's like melted now.
Look at all this. Hail on a Nomad? That car's worth like $7 grand. Oh yeah, there's no air filter on this thing. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. I don't think much water went in there. Just a little residual. It's not like it has a giant hood scoop on it or anything. This is why I shouldn't have nice things. Let this thing warm up just for a minute, you know. I feel like to build oil pressure.
You'll have to move the Nova to back it out.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna start this thing real quick. I don't know if the e-brake works too good on this, but we have multiple e-brakes everywhere. Oh yeah, we're good. Ah. Come on, girl. Oh yeah. It's a good car. Doesn't have power windows though, like that one. Okay, we'll move this pile right there. See if she'll run okay. Oh. What gear is where here? Perfect. And reverse. Danny's judging. She always judges. It's not as funny because they can't see you're judging.
You're in a nice warm car. I'm standing in the pouring rain.
I saw you. I had it so you could stand in the garage. So, anyways, we're gonna move this thing.
Crazy.
So we're just gonna. What I want to do, I'm gonna put the Camaro right beside it. Ultimately, it's gonna go there while it's.
Smoke off the headers.
Yeah, they got hot. Can I explain my thing before you're really squirreling it here? So what I want to do is we're going to do this, move the cars around, all that. But first, everyone's going down my throat about if you can fit in a Nova, you can fit in a Camaro, and I want to do a whole video addressing that. You know, so we'll move this real quick onto the wherever, and then we'll drive the Camaro around. Danielle, you're not funny. No one thinks you're funny. Okay, it has been raining, like raining. We got this thing on. We're gonna have to kind of keep it low until we get out of the garage here, and it's a pretty pitiful effort. If I just drive up, over and around, I'm thinking it'll be okay. And then we got to go out, turn around, and drive all the way back. Sure there's no one coming down. You're on spotter duty, so make sure nothing bad happens. Which I'm sure. Oh, did my window not work? Oh, there we go. Sure, it'll be just fine. Oh, sun's coming by. Whew, he was flying. Okay. Oh, we're already gonna hit the diff. Hang on. You wanna watch? This is not really working for me. What's that? Well, I think we gotta move this a little. The wheels are not straight, so it wants to pull itself over that way. And people are racing down the back lane here. Good. You gonna get in? She really doesn't listen to instructions. I said, just watch me come out, don't hit the diff. She didn't see that, and I said, hop in. She's pretty though.
People are flying down the back lane.
People are ripping down the back lane. Okay, so we gotta just kind of go out here. See if I can give her a quick turnaround with the wheel. It's very not straight. Oh well, I'm sure it'll figure itself out. Let's get spun around and we'll see you backing in crooked. Am I gonna hit the plow? Just a little bit, eh? Yeah, we'll leave it there. Be fine. You want to put a block under the front wheel for me? Let's unstrap it and dump it here. Do our little vidya and then we'll move it again. Okay, Camaro's here, double blocked, ready to go. So let's hop in this thing. We'll put it next door. You can sit inside and dry off a little bit maybe. Ugh. I feel like there's way more room in this thing. Ooh. Man, this thing makes some noise. So this thing, come on. Something is just rattly on this thing. I don't know if the camera picks it up or not. So we drove this thing now for, well, drive being a bit of a guesstimate. Oh, I kind of drove over that grass a little. Probably been 2 or 3 years at least. Or did I put a big block in here before YouTube? I remember. It's been a while.
I think you might have done it on YouTube. That might have been one of the only things you did. This car's been on YouTube a little bit. Because we definitely have a video of me driving it as an automatic.
Do we?
Yeah.
I know you drove as a 4-speed.
I did both.
This is not really. The shifters wore out. So everyone's like, oh, why are you keeping a big block and this and that? I guess that little small block sitting on the ground there is a way better car. Ugh. So when I got this thing, it was small block, and then it might have been a 4-speed small block, I don't remember. So I got this motor off a guy and it was fine, but it's noisy, and I don't know if it's a motor or what's going on there, but something rattles. I don't like it. The clutch that's in it, it came with the transmission when I got it. Again, I probably should have changed it, had no money. So we put it in there and it slips, it chatters, it's just altogether not happy. The transmission falls out of gear. I think we did that in the drive. Falls out of gear even though it's all adjusted properly. It's kind of one of those things where the motor's noisy, needs it once over. The clutch slips, it needs to come out. The transmission is not happy in gear, it needs to come out. How many things do you have before you're not happy? And ultimately all those things together are why I am not driving it. So if we pull the motor, we pull the transmission, we take all that out, we can give the motor to John Cecil, see what their thoughts are, if it's worth doing anything with, or if it's just junk, or whatever, a good core. So we'll have to decide what we want to do there, or I'll keep it for something else. I mean, we could keep driving it until it blows up, let's be honest. But every time I drive this thing, in my head, I'm like, oh, is this the last drive? So you don't want to take it anywhere in case there's, issues or anything like that. Even just driving through parking lots, you're going to cruise night or something like that, it's rattly, it's embarrassing, right? So I don't want that. It needs a clutch anyways, and the transmission, we can get that gone through. The rear end, like I've said a bunch of times, it's a 3.0 gear. This one on the ground is a 373. They're identical, so we should be able to just literally swap them over, and we're real good at swapping differentials, me and Danielle. We almost don't lose our minds. So I'm thinking this is a weekend job-ish. This out, that motor trans in. Yeah, so that's the motor, everything. So that thing made 440 horsepower and like 400, whatever it is, foot-pounds of torque. It'll lighten the car up a little bit, be a little bit more nimble. It was nicer to drive when it was a small block, I will say, being a manual brake, manual steering car. Yeah, so we'll jam that all together. Otherwise, this thing's nice. So motor trans out, we'll clean up under the hood while we're at it. I honestly think we'll just kind of hose it all down. There's a little bit of rust here and there, but pretty minimal amounts of stuff. And then slide that in there. The shifter on this thing is, all the rods are bent. Like, there's just so many little things as to why I wasn't driving it. And I think I'm going to eliminate all of them with that. We'll do that. I think I have a vinyl top, which I know is going to be controversial. And the trim, I'd like to maybe put the vinyl top on just as is and leave it ratty on the bottom for the time being. And drive it around a little bit, see if I keep loving it. And then kind of go from there. But that's it for me. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out and being around. If you want yourself a Camaro, hopefully it's already sold. But if not, there it is. I have been putting stuff up on Facebook because people are losing their minds that I'm selling stuff, and I feel like I'm not. If I don't physically call every single person that watches, they get upset. You sold it. I would have bought it. Sorry. Everything's for sale. Email Danielle. She'll tell you. But that's it for me. Comment below, leave a positive message, and a lot of you guys, what?
Just on that note, there's people that are like, I've emailed Danielle, and blah, blah, blah. They're like getting a lot of emails. So if we don't get back to you right away, there's just a lot of emails.
Everyone who's emailed me, I've emailed back, and I'm gonna say 1 out of 20 after they hear a price of things, email me back. So I don't know if people think they're just getting an absolute fire sale deal. I thought everything else went quick. I've been putting stuff, I'm not hiding the prices, and I keep hearing I'm too cheap, and based on the fact that stuff's selling in sometimes minutes, makes me think I'm right on the money or on the cheap side. So there you go. If you're looking for, if you think that Camaro is $7,500, you're sorely mistaken. I hate to tell you, but that's just the way it is. I was gonna say something, but Danielle derailed me. I'll remember it when I'm editing this video, and I won't put it in anything else. But there you are. Oh, you guys were super supportive of this thing. I was shocked because this car didn't get a whole lot of love on the videos when I was doing them before. But bringing it home, messing around with it, people are just loving it, super happy and all that. Oh, I also got to say, so Murr bought me this car, but he didn't buy me this car. He bought me a hunk of junk that we spent a whole year getting back in the road. So there you go. Still love him for it, but I think he's getting a lot of like stolen valor is what I feel like he's getting right now. He didn't buy me a 4-speed big block Nova turnkey. He bought me a shell, and it was $3,000.
Bought you a lot of Rubbermaid bins.
He did. Thanks for watching. See you on the next episode.